Gargoyle Nation, welcome back. As always, I am your host, as you see, and you know what? It's been in the news for a while now. Diamond Comics filed for Chapter 11, they filed for bankruptcy, and you're probably sitting there thinking, okay, what does this have to do with Gargoyles? So, technically it means a little, and technically it means a lot. So anyway, just quick brief history about Diamond Comics. They've been a big player in comic and game distribution for years. They've been the sole distributor for many top comics. And for about 25 years, they were distributing Marvel and DC comics. But that kind of came to an end in 2020 when they lost the rights to DC, and in 2021, Marvel Comics followed suit. So again, what does that all mean? Amongst many reasons, Diamond lists that compounded by an overall contraction in consumer spending, increased inflation, and a loss of margin on key print product lines as its major reasons for filing bankruptcy. Yada, 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 yada. A lot of companies, they will just kind of throw out a lot of reasons as to why things didn't work out. Anyway, because you know what? If you've been paying attention to comic distribution, some toy distribution, and Diamond, you'll also know that they kind of had the reputation of putting company before publishers. And this is alongside concerns that Diamond was monopolizing the market. They'd require a company to net them $2,500 before including them in their previews catalog. So it was a lot of, look, we know we're the big kahuna, but you got to promise us, this much before we'll even help you, get your product out there. So yes, what does this all have to do with NECA? What does this bankruptcy mean for NECA? Well, first of all, as you probably heard from Blake of Toy Collector Magazine, the videos floating around YouTube, he has stated that the NECA Gargoyles line is dead. But the thing is, we have yet to hear from NECA. And for me, not that I don't trust Blake, I will be honest, this is the first time I've heard of him. I'm not huge in the finding out toys, announcements and stuff, whatever. I am kind of focused on Gargoyles, but once the news comes downstream, then I start paying attention. I'm not one of the I need to know first people. This channel kind of changes that, at least again for Gargoyle stuff, but anyway, personally, no. So, but yeah, so we have yet to hear from him. I don't doubt Blake's word, but for me, it's kind of I haven't heard from NECA. So while Blake is probably right, NECA, where are you in this? But anyway, again, what does this have to do with anything? More than likely, the line is dead because Diamond currently owes NECA over $2.6 million. Yeah, $2.6 million hairs. And, Diamond, is the type of company that they put themselves in the middle of everyone's dealings. So they were between company and, store owners. And, store owners are forced to be more conservative with their orders because they can't order direct and they don't want to lose money on unsold product. NECA obviously is not the only company that has been affected by this. Hasbro, Udon, Bandai, Todd McFarlane, Wizards of the Coast, all of them have been hit by this. All of them are owed money. And you know what? For the smaller companies, it's a lot easier to go, look, we're going to stop production until we see some of this money. Because for some of them, without this money, it gets harder to produce. And again, with Diamond shoving themselves in between and not allowing store owners to just directly order from companies, this issue arises. So again, on top of, all these companies being owed money, not everyone's gonna get what they're owed. Filing for bankruptcy, it's a little bit of protections from the company who filed it, but everyone else, and again, we're talking millions. NECA is one of the higher ones. There are companies that are owed a heck of a lot more. And the thing is, since Diamond is essentially saying, hey, we don't have your money, none of these companies are going to get everything they're owed. If, just throwing out numbers, if Diamond owes $100 million to all these companies, but they're saying, hey, we only have 50, it's not like, all these the bigger companies or anything are going to get the full amount. They usually only get a percentage. That's usually how it works. It has to go through courts and stuff. So I'm not going to assume who's going to get what or anything, but when creditors come, sometimes they get everything they're owed. Sometimes they only get a percentage. Depends on how everything goes in the courts. And with bigger companies obviously having better lawyers than the smaller companies, it could be a thing of the larger companies get everything or close to everything that they're owed. And by the time it gets to the smaller companies, they don't get anything. So, NECA is obviously one of the bigger ones. But when you're owed, over $2.5 million, sometimes you kind of hold back. So, let's put it this way. Free Comic Book Day is in jeopardy over this, okay? Thanks, Diamond, for doing what you did. So, essentially, is NECA done with Gargoyles? Maybe. Probably very likely. But at the same time, it needs to be remembered that, they could be done right now because they haven't received over $2.5 million. They're owed all this money. Many companies, they don't shut down, but they hold back on releasing certain projects because they can't even get it out because the distributor that stuck themselves in the middle filed for bankruptcy. So it is possible that right now NECA's just on hold. I don't know. Obviously, we are all having our fingers crossed that the line is not dead. Many people just want to see more season 2 characters and eventually comic characters. For me personally, can I just get Cold Stone and Macbeth? Let me finish that at least. Give me my heck, even just give me my Macbeth. As much as I love Cold Stone, give me my Macbeth. He's such a huge player in this game. Give me Macbeth. Did I say his name enough times? Anyway, yes, so I just wanted to clear some stuff up, because a lot of people, they hear, oh, company filed for bankruptcy, big whoop, who cares? And at the same time, they're going, well, NECA hasn't said anything, therefore the line is dead, blah, blah, blah. Considering Diamond is connected with all these companies and all this stuff, it is very likely that NECA's just kind of sitting back, waiting to see if they get the money that they're owed. And then maybe, hey, we'll hear something going, hey, yeah, we're going to continue with, because again, they have 3 finished characters. Maybe we'll hear, yeah, let's just say come Christmas, they'll start releasing figures again. Or we'll hear, you know what? We also didn't even make enough money off of it or whatever, the line's dead, blah. They've been silent for a while. Companies usually don't say anything until it's actually dead. How many times have we heard Hasbro say, this is over, blah, blah, blah. Companies tend to announce when they're done with a line or with a product or when they're changing it. So again, fingers crossed that NECA silence means it's not over and done yet. And we'll just have to wait and see how the money is dispersed between all these companies. And yeah, that's all we can really do. Again, I've said it before, Gargoyles fans, we are some of the most patient fans out there. We went decades without anything. And when stuff comes out, you know, we make sure it goes strong. So we like to show these companies that we will support them if they give us product. So again, this is just another time for us to once again be patient. Patience pays off. Usually. Sometimes. Fingers crossed. Again, it's out of our hands. All we can do is sit and wait. Don't forget that Mondo is coming out with stuff, so hopefully soon we'll be seeing product images from them. You know, hopefully Free Comic Book Day can go on as planned. And really, that's all we can do. Just sit and wait, be patient, and we'll see what other companies can maybe jump in on giving us Gargoyles product. You know, and it never hurts to sometimes, you know, if there's a company that makes product you like, shoot them a message, shoot them a tweet, shoot them whatever. Just be like, yo, why haven't you guys picked up the Gargoyles license? Why aren't you making this stuff? Price is a factor, I get. But bug them. Sometimes they don't know that there's interest in a certain line. And if they get enough, you know, people emailing them, they will sometimes look into it. It's free to shoot off an email. Anyway, yes, I hope that cleared some things up for people. That was not fun researching, going, oh, this company's done this, 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 and this, and this is probably why we have nothing. Anyway, that's the end of this one. As always, be kind to yourselves, be kind to one another, be the good that you want to see in this world. I know it's tough with this bombardment of bad news, including this video. But you know what? Keep your heads held up high. Keep a smile on your face, whatever. Again, just try to be the good that you want to see in the world. It'll come back. And until the next one, bye.